This is the GT210 graphics card. This GPU is incredibly weak. It was released back in 2009, which means it's now 17 years old, and it sits at the very bottom tier of NVIDIA's lineup. Today, it's nearly 5,000% weaker than a modern integrated GPU. In 2026, you can get almost 50 times more FPS without even using a dedicated graphics card. In fact, it's so bad that I can't even watch YouTube comfortably on it. In this video, I'm going to try overclocking and optimizing this terrible graphics card to see if it can run Minecraft, or any other games at all. The first part of this challenge is finding an NVIDIA GeForce, the GT210. There is absolutely no way I'm going out to buy the GT210 in 2026, especially when, for some reason, it's still selling for tens of dollars on eBay. To show just how much of a scam that is, the integrated Intel HD Graphics 4000 found in ancient 3rd Gen Intel CPUs is about 230% faster than this so-called HDMI adapter with a driver. It can't even watch YouTube properly on Google Chrome. Unfortunately, after digging around in my pile of old junk at home, I found this old PC. And yep, there it is, the GT210 sitting right inside. Thankfully, it still works. First of all, the minimum requirement to even run Minecraft is something like Intel HD Graphics 4000, and as you already know, that HD 4000 is more than twice as powerful as this garbage, the GT210, which means it doesn't even meet the minimum requirements to run the game. I seriously have no idea why NVIDIA even made this HDMI adapter with a driver. It's ridiculously weak. Alright, let's power it on and see what we're dealing with. This machine feels suspiciously slow. Wait, hold on. What is this? An Intel Core i3-4160 CPU. Oh my god, it's 2026. What are we even supposed to do with a dual-core CPU like this? And I understand even less why someone paired the GT210 with this i3-4160 when the integrated graphics is actually stronger. That makes absolutely no sense. Of course, today's main character is this Asus, the GT210, with 512 megabytes of DDR3 VRAM. Yeah, you heard that right. 512 megabytes of VRAM in 2026. And I'm about to force this thing to run Minecraft. Alright, time to update the drivers on this legendary piece of engineering. The NVIDIA GeForce 210. And I still can't believe what I'm seeing here. The latest driver available is from 2015. That's 11 years old. It looks like NVIDIA has completely forgotten this piece of trash. But hey, something is better than absolutely nothing. Next, I'm installing Prism Launcher. Alright, let's go with the latest version, 26.1.2. And yo, we're actually in. 41 frames per second in the menu. Not bad. Except the GT210 is already at 100% usage before I've even touched the game. That's reassuring. Truly a sign of greatness. Anyway, let's jump in, and yeah, of course it crashes. Looks like a GPU memory issue, because why wouldn't it be? This thing has less VRAM than a toaster. Alright, new plan. I'm pulling out Razer Cortex to optimize this ancient relic. Setup is simple. Go to the booster tab, let the software pick whatever it thinks is worth saving, hit boost now, and hope for a miracle. I'm not expecting much, but at this point I'll take anything that isn't a crash. Okay, back to Minecraft, and this time we're in 7 FPS, 6 FPS, wait, 8 FPS. Wow, that's actually impressive. If this were 1920 and I was watching a silent film, we're running at 1080p, 2 chunks, fancy settings. Yeah, truly a top-tier experience. Oh, great. I just fell into a hole and now I can't even climb out because every single input is delayed, like I'm streaming this from Mars. This isn't even gameplay anymore. This is a slideshow pretending to be a game. Normally, these kinds of optimizations work pretty well on mid-range machines like my PC. But here it's different. Being able to even get into the game with a GPU that doesn't even meet the minimum system requirements is already a miracle. However, With something that looks like a slideshow like this, the experience is basically hell. So the question is there any way left to save this top-tier experience? Maybe. And I'm gonna try everything to force this thing to run Minecraft properly. Alright, starting with the first trade-off, I'm going to drop every single setting in the game to the lowest possible level. Preset, fast, distance, minimum, mipmap, blend, everything goes down. And it actually seems to work. From 7 FPS, now we've doubled it to 14 FPS. Well, that number is still way too bad to actually play seriously. Still not enough. Alright, next step, overclocking. I'm going to use MSI Afterburner to push this damn GT210. It's weak to an unreasonable level. The core clock is only 589 megahertz, and the memory clock is only 667 megahertz. With numbers this small, overclocking probably won't make any noticeable difference. And just like I expected when going back into Minecraft, we only gain about 2 FPS for this experience. It's ridiculous. Alright, and now, the final method. And it comes with a massive trade-off. No matter what, I have to try lowering the game resolution to the absolute minimum to give this GPU a little more oxygen to breathe. Yes, 640 by 480. This is the ideal resolution for high-end devices from 20 years ago. Everything on the screen is blown up in an uncomfortable way, but in return we get 80 FPS. Sounds impressive, right? The problem is you can barely see anything anymore. After that scientific revolution on this ancient setup, I've tried pretty much everything I could think of, and to be fair, it does work. A little, but still something. At this point, you might be thinking, alright, that's enough. Just wrap it up. The GT210 is a piece of trash. And technically, you'd be absolutely right, but that's not enough for me. And I'm not the kind of person who gives up that easily. So now the question is it really just this weak, cursed NVIDIA GeForce GT210 that's holding everything back? Or is the entire system just too outdated to be saved? The more I think about it, the more I start to doubt, and that's when I decided to take this experiment to a whole new level. I shut the system down, unplug every cable, lay it flat on the table, and here we go. I gently, well, not that gently, pull the GT210 out of the PCIe slot. It's time for this thing to step out of its comfort zone. The plan is simple. Move this ancient GPU over to my main PC. And I've got to say, it looks ridiculous. It's way smaller than my NVIDIA GeForce ART-X 3060. It's not even long enough to fill the space inside the case. It looks like a giant holding a tiny little guy. But hey, that's fine. Looks don't matter. I mean, performance is what we actually care about, right? So by pairing this GT210 with a modern CPU like the Intel Core i5-12600K, we're finally about to witness the true power of NVIDIA. Damn, things are not going very smoothly. No display output. Looks like the GT210 is just too old for this modern setup. I had to move the HDMI cable back to the motherboard, remove the GPU, go into BIOS, disable the CPU's integrated graphics, then reinstall the GPU. And this time, it finally worked. Typical antique hardware. Way too time-consuming. Alright, quick check-in, CPU-Z. Everything is detected. After applying Razer Cortex optimizations, let's go back to Minecraft. Somehow, instead of 41 FPS and full load, we're now getting 60 FPS in the menu. And the legendary GT210 is only at around 80%. That's a good sign. Even stranger, in-game at 1080p and 2 chunks, we're getting about 30 FPS. Much better than the first test, so maybe the problem isn't just this cursed GT210. With a stronger system, this brick of a GPU can actually breathe. Clearly, gaming performance doesn't depend only on the GPU. The whole system matters. But of course, 30 FPS is still too low. Not enough. So I decided to sacrifice everything for FPS. overclocking with Afterburner, lowering all settings, dropping the resolution to the minimum, and finally, we get around 170 FPS stable, even peaking at 400 FPS. Pretty impressive for a piece of metal with an HDMI port. Honestly, I'm surprised, but with visuals like this, no one would want to play. I bump it up to 720p and 8 chunks. Now we're getting around 40 FPS, and this time it's actually acceptable if you're not too picky. So back to the question, can you get impressive FPS on a GT 210 with optimizations? Yes, but only if you're willing to sacrifice all your pixels and a bit of your sanity. So, do you really want to put your patience to the test with a GPU this bad?